Y'all ever been cutting grass with a push mower and you ain't had no gloves on? About 5 minutes later, you got that itch in your hand that you can't scratch. Now you're ready to amputate both your hands. You ever had somebody trying to give you advice that shouldn't be trying to give you advice? I had a friend in college I was talking to about my relationship at the time. You know, I was trying to decide if I should stay or if I should go. And he was giving me a lecture about making decisions. Whole time, he be cheating on his girlfriend. And he a general studies major. I don't know if y'all know what general studies is, but that's the majors you get when you can't make your mind up. You ever had somebody do something so crazy, it made you look at them different? I had this friend in college, man. We was tight. We was roommates. You know, I met his family and everything. Spent holidays with him, you know. We went through the worst times together. On top of that, we was track and field teammates. We ran together almost my entire collegiate track career. One day, man, we was at practice and he was like, Fredo, on my mama, I'll burn you in a race. I ain't even listen to him because I'm like, he just playing. But he was like really meaning it though. So we lined up. And I burnt him up. Bad. And now I'm sitting there sad, bro, because like I met his family. His mama was a nice person. And he don't even love her. A lot of people get criticized for putting pineapple on pizza. I think it is an absurd thing to say. But I tried pineapples on pizza. I must admit, it wasn't that bad. I would never order it, but it's kind of pointless. It's like, imagine biting into a meat lover's pizza and then just casually coming across a pineapple. It's not what you think, though. You taste the pizza, you taste the pineapple. The flavors never really combine. It's more of an unfortunate occurrence than a combination of a food. In reality, I judge people more for eating mint chocolate chip ice cream than pineapple on pizza. Because, like, who you know was eating a Hershey and was like, you know what'll go real good with this? Colgate. All my life, I was pretty terrible at socializing. Mainly because I was a loner, you know. I entertained people, but I never really made friends like that. And even when I did, they were usually women. But as an adult, I tried to socialize, you know. I started going out, trying to make friends. And I could never get a friend that was a guy. And it's because guys always talk about sports. And I don't watch sports. You see, the problem is sports are really fun to participate in and very boring to watch. So the only sports that I watch are combat sports. So one time I went to this party. As soon as I get through the door, there's a guy named Kyle. He said, what's up, Fredo? Man, you catch the game? I'm like, oh, nah, man. I don't watch sports. And he's like, oh. And he walked off. I kid you not. A few minutes go by. I walk past him again. What's good, Fredo, man? You enjoying yourself? Yeah. So, man, you see that play in that game? Brother. And that's when I realized that most adult men don't have a personality. They just watch sports. Every time I get on social media, somebody arguing about love. You should love this person. You should love that person. What do you bring to the table? So since this debate has been going on for so long, I figured I'd go ahead and answer the question so y'all can stop talking about it. What should a person bring to the table? Themselves. I was raised to be self-reliant. So because of that, I don't have a need for anybody to cook for me, to clean for me, or anything of that nature. I can take care of myself. So when I meet a person, the only thing that I am searching for is a like for that person. I have to want you to be in my life. That's it. So the reason why you guys are having all these problems is because y'all are going to these relationships with a foundation that's full of holes. And when you found this person, you tried to find somebody who could put in cement in all those holes that you had. The problem is, if they ever stop filling those holes that you had, you're going to get rid of them. Or you'll stay with somebody that's not good for you because they fill certain holes. And I'm not judging, because I had that problem at one time too. You know, as a matter of fact, aside from the relationship that I'm in right now, I had always been trying to fill a hole. For me, my life lacked affection and a feeling of being cared for. So anytime I come across a woman that seemed like she cared for me, I would attach myself to her. And I valued that over how I got treated in a relationship. So I had let a lot of nonsense slide. I spent years in terrible relationships. I'd never do it again. So to all you hopeful love people out there, I ask you to find and fill those holes in yourself and then go search for love. I don't know if this makes me a bad person, but I'm just honest, so I'm going to say it. I have a hard time talking to people with lazy eyes. for two reasons. For one, I wear glasses, and when I have my glasses on, if you looking through the frames, it kind of squishes my head in where the glass is at. So the whole time I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about how you thinking what my face look like. And, you know, my head do got a crazy latitude, you know what I'm saying? It's very lengthy, if you get what I'm saying. So it probably look like that long Gatorade bottle with the twisty top. But see, I was taught to make eye contact during the conversation. So it's kind of hard for me to focus when I'm talking to you and your eye just start walking off mid-conversation. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just want to get your hand back over there. If you wanted to have the best chicken establishment on the planet, you would have Popeye's biscuit, KFC's chicken, and Chick-fil-A's customer service. That Popeye's biscuit might be dry, but it's good, okay? I know a guy that got killed over a Popeye's biscuit. Like, literally. A guy walked in, bit his biscuit, he shot him. Don't touch your brother biscuit. KFC, I do believe, has the best chicken. I mean, it's between them and Popeyes for sure. But I ain't gonna front. For a white dude, that man know how to make some chicken. And then there's no debate that Chick-fil-A has the best customer service out of any fast food chain. You could break down in a Chick-fil-A parking lot on the way to Popeyes. They'll change the tire, go pick up the Popeyes for you, and then bring it back and tell you to have a good day. But, you know, Chick-fil-A is a Christian establishment, so it makes sense that they're all about serving. Unless you're gay. People always ask me, do I read? I know it's kind of absurd being that I write, but I actually hate reading. It's probably because I'm dyslexic. I never really got an official diagnosis, but I think it's pretty hard to deny. You know, when I was a kid, they told us to draw a picture and write what it was at the bottom. Now, my dad is an artist, you know, my whole family, it's in the blood. The picture looked immaculate. My handwriting is terrible. But not only that, I wrote words in a way that nobody had ever seen before. Everything that I wrote at the bottom was upside down, backwards, and it looked like a word search. I remember one time my dad tried to whoop me smart. I had been assigned a book to read from class. So I'm sitting in the living room, my siblings around me, and I'm trying to read the book. The first word on the page is the. And so I say, the. He was like, that's wrong. Read it again. So I'm like, okay. The. Now I read it right before I whoop you. Well, now the stakes are a little higher, so I'm looking at the word a little harder. Like, maybe I'm missing something. So I go for it again. The. He popped me. My siblings start laughing. 5 minutes go by. I'm still on the word the. I done got popped so many times, I'm reevaluating if the word is even on the page. I done got popped so many times, my siblings not even laughing no more. They trying to find the pronunciation themselves. At this point, I'm trying to sign it out and everything. I'm like, Patrick. At one point, I'm just like, you know what? You spent some time in prison. Maybe you lost some brain cells while you was in there. I still think about that sometimes. And maybe he was just having a bad day. Have y'all ever thought that maybe, just maybe, if y'all shared the videos that were positive, like y'all shared the ones of Andrew Tate and Kanye West and the Kevin Samuels of the world, may he rest in peace, then maybe you have a better perspective to go off of, since y'all can't think for yourselves after all. That's not a shot, it's just the truth. There's no reason at your adult age why you get on social media and you have to look for another adult to co-sign your own thoughts before you can make an action. If you want to improve yourself, you can wake up and decide to improve yourself. Kanye West don't have to agree. Let that marinate. If you think Skechers got good shoes, you can wear Skechers. You don't have to wear Jordans just because your favorite rapper wearing. If you want to go 50-50 on a date with your partner, you can go 50-50. You ain't got to ask him to pay for everything just because the girls on the internet don't agree. If you're a straight male and you want to paint your fingernails, you can paint your fingernails even though they might think it's gay. Your quality of life will increase drastically when you stop waiting for everybody else's approval to do things that you want to do. Now share that clip.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me.